Guys, it's Mac, and today we're going to review the 2024 Honda Shadow Phantom. This one here is the one with ABS. And they do make this bike non-ABS, and it's a $300 upgrade. California, you do not get this bike in ABS, and I cannot tell you why. I tried to do research on it and find out why. The only thing I could come across was some, I guess, rumors maybe talking about it has something to do with emissions. For some reason, Honda will not release with the ABS in California. So guys, the 2024 Shadow Phantom, it's a 745cc liquid cooled 52 degree V-twin 4-stroke bike here. The bore and stroke is 79.0 millimeters by 76.0 millimeters. It's programmed fuel injected 34 millimeter throttle body. Transmission here is a wide ratio 5-speed. The final drive is shaft. So one thing I do want to point out here is it is shaft driven as opposed to being belt or chain, which in my opinion can make this bike a little bit more, I guess, easier to work on, and as far as less maintenance to worry about. As far as front suspension goes, we're looking at a 41 millimeter fork, 5.1 inch travel. Rear suspension is adjustable. You can adjust it up to 5 different notches there. It's dual shocks, 5 position spring preload adjustability, like I was just saying, with the 3.6 inch travel. The front tire here is a 120/90/17. As you can see, this one has the spokes. And then the rear here is a 160/80/15. The rake is 34 degrees, trail 6.3 inches, wheelbase 64.6 inches. The seat height is 25.6 inches. And I will be sitting on this soon to see, mainly comparing it to the Rebel. If you watch the channel, you know I have a Rebel 1100. Curb weight on this bike is 553 pounds. Fuel capacity is 3.9 gallons. The 0.9 gallon reserve. Fuel capacity, 56 miles per gallon. That's what Honda's claiming here. You get this bike in 2 different colors. You can get it here with this orange metallic. And then the other color I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. Here's the other color you can get this bike in, the deep pearl gray. Leave a comment down below which color you guys liking. So when I first look at this bike, mainly the paint color, the first thing I notice is the orange and black, obviously, which kind of gives me Harley Davidson vibes. I bet you anyone who didn't know much about this bike, especially a Harley rider, might actually at first think it is a Harley if you were not to see the word Shadow right away. Kind of an interesting color choice. I do like it. The paint color, you can see, it does have that metallic flake into it. Right off the bat, I look at this bike, there's 2 things I do notice too, is the fuel tank, how much larger it is compared to my Rebel, and the seat. The seat is huge. And from what I hear, it's a very comfortable seat as opposed to a Rebel, which if anyone has been on a Rebel or rode a Rebel, you know the seat is not comfortable. Even the upgraded seat for the Honda Rebel 1100 is not very comfortable either, but I'll sit on this and give you my opinion. From what I hear, this is pretty comfortable. So the pricing on a Shadow Phantom here, the 24, $8,699, which if you ask me is a really, really good price for a bike. I mean, you are getting a lot for your money with this bike. So guys, here, looking at the odometer here, you do get this little button here on the side, and what that will do is it'll display, it'll show you the time, and then obviously your odometer, your mileage. There is really no way to keep track of your fuel besides the light here for the low fuel, but you do have other little lights that can light up here for your turn signal, ABS. Granted that you have the ABS model, check engine light, and then your low temp here. Up here you have your a light here too for fuel, neutral, high beams. This bike does not have cruise control. So if that is something you're looking for on a motorcycle, this might not be the option for you. If that is something important to you, one cool thing I do like about this bike is the exhaust here. As you can see, it's in the matte black. I don't know if you've ever been able to hear this bike. You can go on other YouTube reviews. Some guys have actually started it up. It actually sounds pretty decent for a stock exhaust. It's got a nice little rumble to it. We're not going to start it up in here, but you can always check it out in any of their channel. It's nice how they incorporated the two exhaust pipes here. For foot placement here, you got really nice, wide, fat foot pegs here. They are rubber. As opposed to the Rebel 1100, those are a lot bigger. Seem to be a lot more grippier too, as opposed to my Rebel 1100, which are just kind of like thinner pegs. And here you got your shifter. The gas tank is definitely bigger than the Rebel 1100, but is not locking. We do got a nice large kickstand here. You start the bike up right here, and then you've got your option here for foot pegs. So if you do want a passenger, that is also available. You can get the passenger seat similar to the Rebel 1100, and it comes with the foot pegs too when you buy that seat foot peg package. So it's all ready to go right here. Where it's a little bit different when you got a Rebel 1100, where you actually have to buy the arm extension, which comes with the peg, and then you get another peg with the seat. This is a little bit easier way to do it here because it's ready to go. You can just mount them right there and right there. And if you didn't want a passenger, maybe that could be an option, a mounting point for some type of saddlebag. So sitting on the Shadow Phantom, I did notice the seat is a little bit more comfortable as opposed to the Rebel 1100. How much more comfortable, I don't know, because I haven't actually rode the bike, but from what I can tell, it does seem a lot more cushier. Noticing that it does give you a little bit more extra padding here for your back area. What I see, I noticed a huge difference in the seat comfort. Not really, not coming from the Rebel 1100. I don't know, maybe that's just a little personal preference thing. I did notice ride height. I'm 5'8" and I can comfortably flat foot this, just like I can the Rebel 1100, since it is a low seating position height, similar to the Rebel 1100. So if you are shorter in stature, you will have no issue riding with this. You'll also notice that your foot pegs are out a little bit more. So sitting on this, I do notice you're out, is where the Rebel, you feel like you're in a little bit more. So this seems to be a little bit more comfortable as far as riding goes. But then you do have this little bit wider stance, just because of the tank, how large the tank is. Mirror positioning seems to be okay. Similar mirrors to the Rebel 1100. Maybe they could come out just a little bit, so you could probably buy an extension to bring that out a little bit. If you're a little bit wider in the shoulders, that might be an issue for you. But guys, the bike is, it's basic, but it is a fun bike. It is highway capable, but you're not going to get all your little goodies as far as some flashy display or touchscreen display. It's kind of just old school fun bike to ride. The spoke rims are really cool. I guess that would be a personal preference thing. That might not be for everybody, but it's kind of different. I do actually like that on this style of bike. Radiator is kind of cool. It's mounted differently than the Rebel 1100, where the Rebel 1100 is more this way. This is up and down. You do have a front fork lock here. One thing you do not get, though, the LED lights. It's kind of just the old school standard lighting on this bike. Tires, you get these nice beefy Bridgestones. So guys, my overall thought on the 2024 Honda Shadow Phantom is, it seems like it's a good bike. It's a is it a beginner bike? Probably. I think it's definitely highway capable, and you'll be able to just cruise and enjoy the bike. It's just a very enjoyable bike. Does it have all the high-tech stuff on it? No. If that's something you're looking for, then maybe this isn't the bike for you. But I mean, pricing around the $8,000 mark, and for what you get, I think you get a lot for your money. And I think it's just a fun, comfortable bike. Is it fast? No, but like I said, it's highway capable, and I think if you bought one, you'd enjoy it. Try it out for a few years. If it's not for you, maybe you do want to upgrade to a Rebel 1100 or whatever your heart desires. But overall, I think it's a really nice looking bike. You do get the 2 color options, but I do like that you finally get ABS, where, you know, back before that wasn't an option. Now it is an option. It's a $300 option, but $300 is nothing. And like I said earlier in the video, California, you do not get ABS on the bike. I do not know why. If you know why, please leave a comment down below. I try to do research on this. I cannot figure it out. Somehow, maybe people were saying it has to do with emissions, but I really don't know how that would be. Drop a comment down below and tell me why you think, or if you know why California doesn't get ABS. I'm kind of curious on that. So guys, if you're interested in a 2024 Honda Shadow Phantom, come over to Fox Valley Cycles. They're in Aurora, Illinois. They've got a ton of inventory of motorcycles. They've got, as of now, they got, I think, just 2 of these. And you can choose this one, this color, or the silver. All their information will be in the video description. They've got Instagram, they got all the social media, they got a website. I'll have all that listed below. Guys, I hope you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and we will be reviewing another bike real soon. Catch you later. Peace.